Hi kids, this is Nana Bonnie, and I hope to see you guys soon sometime because you guys have always been a pleasure to me. I'm so happy we're in my family, our family. Well, when he was a little kid, when my mother passed away, and she was a very nice, easy kid to get along with, and Judy too.
When he get in trouble with the nuns though?
Oh
Excellent.
yes, they did. She she irritated the nun, and then a bing, ba bing, ba bing on her rear end. Actually left marks on her butt, and I showed it to Dad, and he went over there with me, the two of us, and he had a talk with the nun, and Dad said, "Don't you ever put a hand on this child again." She used to sing a song. My mama done told me was instead of saying when I was in knee pants, my mama done told me when I was in pea pants. And that was her song. They used to hang around on the same corner on Orchard and Knightwood.
Yeah.
And they used to, a bunch of kids all got together and they hung on that corner. And that's how she met Richard, hanging on that corner.
Richard was in the Air Force, right?
Well, that's when he came home from the Air Force.
Oh.
When he came home from the Air Force.
That's when he met her?
Yep.
Richard was a good guy.
He was really a good guy. He was a pipe fitter, I think.
Ed was?
Ed was. And he wanted your father going to teach him the trade because he would make much better money. And your father didn't want to do it, and he didn't.
Yeah.
So, but Ed had Dad in mind to help him, and Dad wouldn't do it. Jim lived with us for a long time.
He did, yeah.
Yeah. And he used to love my cooking.
Yeah.
So every night he'd come in and I'd have a nice dinner ready. Oh, Mary and I go way back.
Yeah.
I mean, we were good friends, not only relatives, but good friends. And she took on the responsibility of all the boys when their mother died.
The Joyce boys.
The Joyce boys. We could be walking down the street, and whatever she said really got me laughing. One time I laughed so hard I had to sit down on the sidewalk so I wouldn't wet my pants. And that's the truth. Yeah. He was very kind of shy guy.
That was.
Yeah. He never, and he loved the sun. He'd go to the ballpark and sit in the sun.
Yeah.
Too much.
He'd get red.
He got skin cancer.
Yeah.
And that's what did him in.
Everybody called him Red, right?
Yeah. Well, not only because of that, but his hair was reddish.
Yeah.
Well, Mike was a really good guy. He was very smart. He had a good gift of gab.
Yeah.
He used to sell cars. The Jim Moran, the courtesy man.
Yeah.
And he did really good selling cars. It was very, in fact, Moran said to Mike, you're my partner. You're that good.
Yeah.
But young Tom.
Yeah.
There's really hardly anything to tell about him because he was a strange guy when he was young. He was very vain. He'd look in the mirror at himself and comb his hair and just really was crazy about himself. But
was he handsome? Not particularly?
Not really. He was short.
Yeah.
He was short. He was not very handsome. But the day that Mary died, he took off Nobody ever heard from him again. In fact, I wondered what the heck happened to him.
Yeah.
He was strange, to begin with. But a few times I was looking to see if I could find him, and I stopped several young men that I thought could be him. It was never him, so I never knew what happened to Tom. She was a wonderful addition to the family.
Yeah, Ellen Joyce.
Yeah. She was a wonderful addition to the family.
She always seemed very, very sweet to me, very thoughtful and kind.
She was, and pretty on top of it.
Oh, beautiful.
Beautiful.
Just like her children. Mary Catherine, Lenny, Michelle, John, they're all very attractive people.
Think of all those kids. Holy smokes,
Yeah.
That was a lot. One of the things that attracted me to him was he knew how to dance. I thought, oh, all through my life with Joe, I'll be laughing and dancing.
And when did he ask you for a date? How much time?
It was short. He liked me like a lot, and I was not that crazy about him to begin with. And he was.
But he was a good dancer.
But he was a good dancer, and he was funny.
Yeah.
So those were the two things that attracted me: that he was funny and he could dance.
He had kind of funny hair too.
What?
His hair went straight up, right?
Yeah, like a plant. He didn't want me to drive. And I said, why? He said, because there's enough nuts out there already. And I said, well, what difference does one more make? Kids were little. I used to have a game that I played, hot and cold. But that was such a fun time in my life. That really was hot and cold. Because they would be looking around, and then I'd say, oh, are you hot? You're red hot now. And then they'd move away from that. Oh, now you're cold, colder than an icicle. And so they got a kick out of, really a kick out of that.
It was a good time, huh?
It was a good time. One of the funniest memories that I have of Cara was we were in the kitchen, and there was a big fly flying around. So I got a magazine, I was going to kill it. I'm walking towards the fly with this magazine, and Cara stretches her body out. Oh, no, Nana, no.
Yeah.
Don't hurt him, Her and I were really good buddies when she was young.
Yeah.
We used to talk about we're going to be cooks and travel around the world cooking, and that really was
One time.
plan.
Yeah.
We were at the track, and he bid on two horses. And they came in 1-2, and he was jumping up and down and going crazy about this. And the horse did come in, the two of them, and he went to collect the money, and the guy at the counter started. Kyle thought he'd get back about $10 or something. In fact, it was like over $50. And the guy kept counting up the money, and his eyes kept getting bigger and bigger about that money.
Yeah.
They called the police on us when you and Joanne were little, like 4 and 5 years old. Bastards called the police. And the police came because it was like on a New Year's. And they came banging on the door because they thought it was a wild party going on in there. So I opened the door, and I was angry. I said, what do you want? They said, well, we got a report that there's a disturbance up here. I said, here they are. I said, if you want to take them to jail, take them, because I'm going out tonight. So that was it.
It was Joanne and me.
Yeah.
What did you do?
And they were just little kids, and they were already getting ready for bed, and they had pajamas on. How much noise could they be making? They weren't jumping off the furniture or anything.
What did the police say?
they said, "Oh, you must be kidding." I said, "No." I said, "I wish I was kidding." I said, "But these people are idiots." So they just laughed and
Did Joanne go to St. Sebastian?
just for a little while. The nuns there, wanted to go there, but they scared the heck out of her. I think the one nun said, "If you don't behave, you're going to throw you in the closet." After that, she didn't want to go back. I had to go to school and explain to the nun. And she says, "Well, when you have to have control of this many kids, you have to put a little fear in them." I said, "Well, you put more than a little." I said, "She doesn't want to come back, and I'm not going to make her come back. Because why should somebody have to go when they're shaking in their pants going, you know?" So,
So we went to Alcott then.
yeah,
Louisa May Alcott.
and that was right across the street from where we lived, Orchard and Wrightwood.
Yeah.
That was a very, very funny apartment that we had there. It was so cool in the bathroom that the shampoo froze the bottom. Sue was born. She had this, it wasn't a disease of the blood, but her blood and my blood did not mix. And they had to, in fact, the goofy doctor came in after she was born and said to me, "Well, I did everything I could for her, but when I took that to mean she wasn't going to live." And Mick, I went into a state of shock. I mean, this is a few hours after she was born. There was nothing wrong with her.
Didn't she need a blood transfusion?
Yes, they did they changed her blood. But,
But she wasn't. It wasn't as serious as they thought.
you know,
But you were shocked, huh?
the physician that was my doctor at the time, he had a fit that they scared me like that. He said, "There's nothing wrong with her. She's fine. You're fine." He said, "There was no accounting for you getting in this condition." Oh, I'm telling you, that's the case. I can't believe all that happened and I survived. Shirley Temple was very popular at that time.
And Susie looked like Shirley Temple.
Yes, in a way she did. She was very, very pretty and cute.
Yeah.
And that curly hair of hers. And she was very, very, very pretty.
She was very active too. I remember, really animated all the time.
Yes, she was. We had a good time. That was one of the best times in my life. Was